Today let's explore Rembrandt lighting. What is it and why have portrait painters been using it for hundreds of years? And I'll show you how simple it is to set up using LED lights and even how to use natural light. Rembrandt lighting is named after the famous Dutch painter born July 15, 1606. He was a major contributor to the Dutch Golden Age where the Baroque style dominated Europe. He was not only a master painter but also a collector and a dealer of fine art. Many master painters of this time adopted this lighting style. It is recognized by the little triangle of light found on the cheek of the dark side of the face. Let's take a closer look and a more scientific look at Rembrandt lighting. Rembrandt lighting has certain characteristics like light on one side of the face and shadow on the other. The little triangle that you see here is no wider than the width of the eye and no longer than the length of the nose. And since the light is slightly above the head, the forehead will have the lightest part and the most yellow part, while the middle of the face has more blush color, and then neutral greenish shadows in the chin area. Welcome to my channel, Shelley J. Cox. Come along with me on my art journey. Let's explore the setup of Rembrandt lighting and some of its variations. Imagine your subject is sitting in the middle of a rectangular shaped box. You're going to put your light at a 45-degree angle in the corner of the box, and it's slightly above the subject's head. Your camera is directly in front of your subject. Look for that telltale triangle, which will be located on the dark side of the face. Now, don't be afraid to experiment and move your light slightly, move your camera slightly, have your model tilt and turn their head, their body a little bit. Just have fun and play with it and see how you can manipulate the light and the little triangle on the upper part of the cheek. Did you know many famous paintings from the past have used Rembrandt lighting? It's known to produce a dramatic effect in portrait painting. My portrait reference is going to have a dramatic effect, but it's also going to be more modern due to the pink background and the blue flower that we have in our subject's hair. I like to control the gaze of my model. Never have the gaze and the head and the shoulders lined up in the same direction. So there are two variations of Rembrandt lighting. The first is broad light. It has the shadow side of your subject's face positioned farthest away from the camera. You will position your camera and your light in the same corner, and the light is slightly above the head of your subject. Next is short light. This will have the shadow side of your subject's face closest to the camera. There'll be a slight opening between the nose shadow and the cheek. The light is in one corner and the camera is just slightly off center and it's facing the shadow side of your subject. Here's what you don't want. This is often produced from point and shoot cameras with the flash. You can see the difference here from the correct lighting to flat lighting. Flat lighting produces little to no contrast, often resulting in a cartoonish-like portrait. Portrait painters look to the use of Rembrandt lighting to improve their ability to depict a sense of dimension, to make it appear more 3D. If you want your portrait to have a more classical feeling, a more dramatic look, you will want to use Rembrandt lighting. The more shadowy contrast your reference image has, the better your portrait painting will turn out. There are 6 classical lighting setups: Rembrandt, broad, and short. Split loop and butterfly lighting setups are often used in Hollywood for filmmaking. Who better to learn from than Hollywood? With the correct lighting, they could make anyone look like a star. I'm definitely not a photographer. I am a painter first, but I do know that experimenting with lighting and thinking outside of the box can help me produce some very exciting portrait paintings. Setting up and producing your own portrait painting references can be an exciting, fun part of the creative process. Often it'll lead you in directions of the portrait painting process that you didn't even know you wanted to go. If you're going to paint portraits for a living, it is inevitable that you will be asked to paint a portrait from a bad photo. Don't do it. Just say no. Trust me. There is one exception to this rule, and that is if you are doing a posthumous portrait and the person has already passed away. This requires great skill and a good understanding of value and lighting. Yes, you can create Rembrandt lighting outside with a model. You just need to know where the sun is so you can position your subject accordingly and take your photograph facing the shadow side of your subject's face. And these images were taken at the golden hour, which is 1 hour before sunset. I wanted to let everyone know that I'm giving away a free How to Paint Eyes tutorial. It's filmed in real time, and I explain every brushstroke. I've put a link in the description, so all you have to do is click on it. It'll take you here. You go ahead and put in your email and your first name, and then click the pink button, and the free How to Paint Eyes tutorial will be on its way to you. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up button if you got some value, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so that you can come along with me on my art journey. I upload new videos every Saturday morning. Thanks. See you in the next one.